Namaskar. I Shambhavi welcome you all to your channel Galactic Echoes. So let's start exploring the wisdom of Vedic astrology. So today we'll be doing a topic from the dynamic astrology, that is the Atichari Gati of the planet Jupiter. Dev Guru Brihaspati will be moving in an accelerated motion. What is it and how will it affect all the ascendants? We'll try to figure it out in this video. The accelerated motion of the Jupiter is when, see, the Jupiter, it remains in a particular sign, in one sign, let's say Aries, for 12 months. Now onwards, 2025 all the way to 2032, the Jupiter will move in a accelerated motion, meaning its speed will be enhanced and it will only stay 4 or 5 months in a particular sign. So how does it, how will it manifest and how does it make things better or worse? We'll try to understand it today. Also, you must have heard it over the internet and over the YouTube that the Jupiter was Atichari when the Mahabharata started or when the Second World War was fought. This is true. Yes, the last time Jupiter was Atichari was when these two battles and these two destructions happened. But the thing which we have to take into consideration is that the World War II and the Yuddha of Mahabharata, both the things were fought in order to establish dharma again. Millions of people, they lost their lives in order to establish the dharma on the planet Earth, so that the righteousness should again prevail. So this is something which we have to understand. I won't deny this, that it will create some sort of negative environment in the world from now onwards, because Jupiter is not habitual of these movements, this speedy movement, but it is necessary. Whatever happens is because of a cause. So we have to understand it. Jupiter's accelerated motion, it will intensify its energies, creating sudden shifts in the areas governed by the houses it rules in your birth chart. So this is how we'll break it down for each ascendant, starting from Aries and all the way to the Pisces. So let's start the video and let's dive in. So for the Aries ascendant, the Jupiter rules your 9th house of spirituality, luck and father figures, travels, and the 12th house of foreign ties, solitude, isolation, foreign lands. So what you might experience in this period will be that your faith or spiritual practice could lead to sudden opportunities in the foreign land, and sudden opportunities as a whole also, like an unexpected invitation to teach meditation or travel for a pilgrimage, these kind of things. Foreign connections like clients or foreign studies or relationships also might boost your career this time, but impulsive spending on travel or luxury could strain savings, so you have to be careful about that. The example will be that you might book a last minute retreat abroad that changes your perspective towards life, but overspending leaves you scrambling to pay bills. So this is something which you will steer through all these years. So my quick tip to all the Aries rising will be balance adventure with budgeting. You can also donate yellow flowers to a temple on Thursday to calm this restless energy. And also do not forget to watch the remedy section, which will be discussed in the end of this video. So let's move on to the Taurus rising people. So the Taurus rising, you all have Jupiter being the lord of your 8th house and being the lord of your 11th house. So 8th house is of the shared resources, intimacy, life after marriage, and the 11th house is of the incoming gains, dream projects, your goals, your achievements, your social circle. So what you might experience is something sudden financial gains like inheritances, bonuses or investments also. These all things could arrive, but family arguments over money or property might also flare up in any of these years. It will depend on the placement of your Jupiter and the transit. Like example, you receive a surprise payout from an old investment, but your siblings dispute how to split it, will cause the tension in your family. So health issues like stress induced digestion problems could also arise of this kind, like stress induced digestion problems if you ignore self care. So, my quick tip for all the Taurus ascendants would be share a portion of your gains with charity or donation. Like, example, donating groceries to reduce greed related conflicts. This will be a major remedy, a karmic remedy for all of you Taurus rising. Also, do not forget to watch the specific remedies section which I have added in the end of this video. So let's move forward to the Gemini ascendants, how this Atichari Jupiter will manifest in their lives. So, for the Gemini ascendants, the Jupiter rules your 7th house of marriage, partnerships, business alliances, and the 10th house of career, reputation, profession, and your public dignity. All these things. What are the things which you might expect in all these years? Can be a business partnership or marriage might suddenly thrive, bringing public recognition if your Jupiter is very well placed. But ego clashes or jealousy could strain trust. It can also ruin that relationship also. Like you and your spouse launch a viral social media project, but arguments over credit create distance. So this kind of thing will be seen. Career upgrades like promotions, new job offers may clash with personal relationships also in all these years, but it will definitely depend on the transiting sign Jupiter is in. So, my quick tip for all the Gemini ascendants will be practice gratitude, thank your partners openly, and you can also wear yellow on Thursdays to soften ego. So this is something which will go with you all Gemini ascendants. Do not forget to watch the remedy section which I have added at the end of the video for more in-depth remedies. Now let's move on to the Cancer rising people. So if you have Cancer ascendant in your D1 chart, so your Jupiter rules the 6th house of the deaths, health, and struggles, challenges, and the 9th house of spirituality, father figures, travel, fortune. All these things are being so basically Jupiter is controlling one Trikona house and one Dushtana house. So what you might expect is hidden debts like old loans or taxes might resurface, but spiritual guidance or a mentor could help you resolve them, or your father also. So like a forgotten medical bill arrives in this all these years, but a chance meeting with a financial advisor helps you manage it and steer through this crisis. So this is something which you will see with this Atichari Jupiter. Emotional healing through therapy or retreats could also feel life changing, like you connecting to spirituality and your religion. Like it's a something new. You will feel this thing. So quick tip for all the Cancer rising ascendants is feed stray animals, especially cows, to ease financial anxiety. So especially on Thursdays, if you do this feeding cow, it will help you greatly. And do not forget to watch the remedy section which I have added in the end of the video. Now let's move on to the Leo ascendants. So your 5th house of creativity, children, Purv Punya, and the 8th house of transformation, life after marriage, and all in-laws is ruled by Jupiter. So what you might experience is that your creative projects like writing, art, or parenting also could gain sudden recognition if it is being promised in the chart. But risky investments like stocks, crypto may backfire. So you have to keenly observe it because it could backfire in your case. So with this Atichari Jupiter, for example, your child wins an award, boosting your pride, but a speculative bet drains your savings. So you have to be very careful in that area. A mentor or spiritual guide might push you to confront old fears, and you will do that and you will win over those fears. So a quick tip for all the Leo risings would be light a ghee lamp on Thursday to channel creativity wisely. Speculative intellect also. And do not forget to watch the remedy section which I have added in the end of the video. Let's move on to the Virgo rising and Virgo ascendants. So if you have Virgo rising in the D1 chart, your Jupiter rules your 4th house of mother, family, home, environment, emotional security, and the 7th house of relationships, marriage, partnerships, business allies, society, and your public dignity as a whole. So what you might experience in this period of Jupiter being Atichari is that your career success like raises, promotions, may demand long hours, leaving family feeling neglected. So this is something which you will see with all the Virgo risings. Like for example, you secure a dream job overseas, but your partner resents the distance. So this is something which you'll see with this Jupiter. Property deals or home renovations could face delays or disputes with this Jupiter being Atichari. So the quick tip for all the Virgo risings will be cook a meal for your family weekly to strengthen your bonds with them, and you do not have to feel them neglected. So this is something which you have to understand. Also, do not forget to watch the remedy section which I have uploaded in the end of the video for the deeper insights about remedies. So let's move on to the Libra ascendant. So if you have Libra rising, so your third house of siblings, communication, and your sixth house of health, rivals, deaths, challenges is being ruled by Jupiter. So what you might experience is legal wins, property disputes, contracts, disputes over contracts, or educational achievements are likely with this Jupiter being Atichari, but stress may trigger migraines or anxiety. So this is something which you will see. For example, like you win a court case, but you develop insomnia from the pressure you have been through. So this is something which you can see with this Atichari Jupiter. Siblings or neighbors might seek your help, draining your energy sometimes if Jupiter is in a specific sign and in a specific house. So the quick tip for all the Libra risings would be practice deep breathing daily, donate books to libraries to reduce your mental clutter. So this would be the best calming remedy for all the Libra ascendants. Also, I've uploaded the remedies section at the end of this video. Do not forget to watch it out for the deeper insights on remedies. So let's move on to the Scorpio ascendants and let's understand this Atichari Jupiter for them. So your Jupiter rules the second house of income, your family, your hoarded wealth, and the fifth house of your passion projects, your creativity, your children, your Purva Punya. So with this Atichari Jupiter, what you might experience is the windfalls of inheritance and bonuses. These could boost your savings, but secrets about money or romance might surface, causing drama in your life. So you have to be very careful in that realm, especially if your sun is placed in the 8th house or in the sign of Scorpio, meaning in the first house. So you have to look for that. Like for example, you inherit a property, but a hidden legal claim complicates your ownership. This kind of thing can also be seen. So creative hobbies like music, writing may become profitable unexpectedly with you this time, but you have to be very much aware of the thing which I have told you earlier. So quick tip for all these Scorpio risings would be keep financial dealings transparent. Donate sweets to orphans on Thursdays. So this is something which will really help you as a karmic remedy this time. Also, I've uploaded a remedy section in the last of the video, so do not forget to watch it for the deeper insights on remedies. So let's move on to the Sagittarius ascendant and let's understand the period of this Atichari Jupiter for all the Sagittarius risings. So Jupiter is the ruler of your first house, your self-image, your personality, your being on this planet Earth, and the fourth house of home, mother, emotional security, all these things. So what you might experience through this Atichari Jupiter is that your relationships, your like marriage, business, all these things, they thrive, but hidden expenses or a partner's debt could strain your trust. For example, your wedding plans bring joy, but you discover your spouse's unpaid loans which ruin all the thing. This goes for the people specifically who have Jupiter in the 7th house. Family support helps you reinvent yourself, like new style or new career path. So these all things will be seen. You might also re-innovate yourself or reinvent yourself because you will doubt your choices in a certain period if your Jupiter is placed in a certain house in a certain sign. But overall, you will go through a period of self-doubt and then you will come out of it stronger and more trustworthy and more confident. So this is something which you will see with this Jupiter being Atichari and being your Lagnesh. So a quick tip for all the Sagittarius rising would be chant Om Gum Guruve Nama daily to stay humble and grounded and not to doubt yourself, because whatever you are doing maybe you feel that it is not worth it and you are going on the wrong path, but it is definitely correct and it is for the betterment. Also, I have uploaded the remedy section in the last of this video, so do not forget to watch that for the deeper insights on remedies. So let's move on to the Capricorn ascendants. So if you have Capricorn rising, your Jupiter rules your 12th house of losses, foreign lands, and the 3rd house of communication, siblings, neighbors, way of communication. So what you might experience through this Atichari Jupiter is that victory over debts or legal issues is likely, but workplace gossip or rivalry could escalate. For example, you finally pay off a loan, but a colleague spreads rumors to undermine you and to tarnish your reputation at the work front. So this is something which you should be careful of. Short trips or courses might lead to unexpected opportunities, but that will be predicted through the specific transit of the Jupiter in a specific sign. So a quick tip for all the Capricorn risings would be, if your sun is very good placed and is not in the 12th house, is not in the 7th house, then you can offer water in the morning to the sun to boost your confidence. Also, I've uploaded the remedies section in the end of this video. Do not forget to watch it for the deeper insights on remedies. So let's move on to the Aquarius ascendant and Aquarius rising in your chart. So being an Aquarius ascendant, Jupiter rules your 11th house of friends, goals, social circles, incoming gains, and the 2nd house of wealth, hoarded wealth, family, and speech also. So what you might experience is innovative ideas or teamwork could bring income or incoming gains, but overcommitting to social causes might exhaust you, that you signed up for that NGO and now you are in dilemma. Should I go there and work for them or should I stick to my project? So for example, your startup gets funded but you neglect health while networking, which can strain your health later on. Children or students you mentor might achieve milestones, making you proud in all these years, Jupiter being Atichari. So a quick tip for all the Aquarius rising would be take breaks, and you can also wear yellow socks on Thursdays to stay grounded. This is the best karmic remedy and the easiest one which you can do. Also, I have uploaded the remedy section in the end of this video. Do not forget to watch it for the deeper insights over the remedies. Now let's move on to the last but not the least, the Pisces rising. So if you are Pisces ascendant, the Jupiter rules your 1st house, being your Lagnesh, your Lagna Lord, and it rules yourself, your identity, your personality, your overall being on this planet Earth, and the 10th house of your career, your profession, your public dignity, all of these areas. So what you might experience through this Atichari Jupiter is that career growth, promotions, awards, aligns with family harmony, but property disputes or a parent's health issue may arise in all of these years, but that has to be specific. Jupiter transiting in a specific sign. For example, you land in a leadership role, but siblings fights over ancestral home distract you and you are not able to properly focus on your work. So this is something which you will see through this Atichari Jupiter. Meditation or yoga helps you stay calm amid chaos. So I think you should be doing yoga daily. So a quick tip for all the Pisces ascendants would be keep a jar of turmeric in your workspace for stability, or you can keep turmeric in any transparent bottle through which at any place in your workplace, at any corner, so that it is visible, and you coming in or going out of your office, it is that turmeric is visible. So this would be a very good karmic remedy for all of you. Now do not forget to watch the remedies section which I have added in the end of this video, which is beginning after this, to know and to get deeper insights over the remedies portion. So we'll be doing element based remedies for Jupiter's Atichari motion based on natal Jupiter's placement. So for example, if your Jupiter is placed in the sign of Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, you will see the Jupiter placed in the fiery element signs. That remedy would work for you. The remedies will be based on the placement of Jupiter in your Divan chart in whatever element sign it is sitting in. So let's start with the fiery signs. If your Jupiter is placed in the fire signs, meaning if it is in Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, so this Jupiter in fire amplifies your confidence and your ambition at a basic level, and your impulsivity also, but it would differ according to the house it is placed in, but these things will be at the core. So your challenges would be over optimism, ego clashes, reckless spending, or burnout. So this is something which you will see. So the remedies, the best remedies which you can do is cooling rituals. You can donate water. Example, you should install water pots for birds at your terrace, or you can offer milk or coconut water to Shiv temples or to Shiv lingam to balance fiery energy of this Jupiter also being in Atichari motion and also being in the fiery sign. So you can also donate red or yellow items, example lentils or ghee, to temples to lower your aggression. So this is something which you can do as a karmic remedy if you feel that overconfidence in yourself and it being ruining your work. But you should avoid risk, meaning you have to avoid risk, so you can meditate before major decisions to curb your impulsivity. Now if your Jupiter is sitting in the earthy signs, meaning it is in Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, so the basic traits will be Jupiter in earth enhances practicality but may breed materialism, and because Jupiter is also the karaka of wealth, so your challenges would be in this period about stubbornness, greed, or resistance to change, that you do not want to change now because you have been through these things, that now you are stick on to this. So your remedies would be detachment practices. Donate grains like rice, water, or land related items like clay pots to counter your attachment. Spiritual grounding also can also help you, like performing bhumi pujan, like earth worshipping, or planting trees. So these all things would help you a lot. It can be a karmic remedy, but if you are not able to do it, the basic remedy which you can do is either to donate earthen clay pots or to plant trees. So simplifying is the factor for you. Declutter possessions to embrace minimalism. Whatever is stored in your house and it is of no use, I think you should either throw it out or you should clean your living space. This is something which will really work for you, in this period of Atichari Jupiter. Now, if your Jupiter is placed in the air signs of Gemini, Libra or Aquarius, so Jupiter in air sign boosts intellect but may scatter focus. So your challenges with this Atichari Jupiter will be overthinking, indecision, or superficiality. Now remedies, it would be based on the mindfulness, meaning practice breathing like pranayam or journaling to center thoughts. So this is something which is important for you. You can also donate books or clothes, or you can also support the education of unprivileged communities to ground your airy energy. This would help you a lot with this Atichari Jupiter. And you can also chant mantra of Om Buddhaya Nama for Mercury's clarity, because this is important. Mercury is the air planet and it will help you a lot for grounding yourself and clearing the clutter out of your mind. Nature connection is also important and it can also serve as a karmic remedy. So walk barefoot on grass to stabilize mental energy, maybe for the 30 minutes in the evening. This would help you a lot. Now let's move on to the last but not the least, the Jupiter in the water signs. So if your Jupiter is in the Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, the traits are your Jupiter in water deepens intuition, but it may trigger emotional dependency over something or some people around you. So your challenges with this Atichari Jupiter would be mood swings, escapism, or over idealism, because Jupiter gets exalted in the sign of Cancer, right? So the remedies which you can follow with this Atichari Jupiter is emotional release. Donate fluids like milk, juices, or perform Jal Abhishek, water ritual on Shivlingam. This would be the best karmic remedy which you can do with this Atichari Jupiter. Boundaries are also the thing which you can practice, like you should practice sankalp, intention setting, to avoid draining relationships, that it is my sankalp that I won't do this or I would definitely do this, and you will achieve that without problems or without hurdles. Also you can delve into creative expression for a karmic remedy, like channel emotions into art, music to avoid stagnation, or listening to different kind of musics, or trying to paint, or trying to do craft, or any sort of creative activity that could also channelize this negative energies of the Atichari Jupiter. So by aligning remedies with Jupiter's elemental placement, you can address its unique challenges and amplify its blessings. Fire signs need cooling. Earth signs, they require detachment because they are all about stability. Air signs, they benefit from grounding. And water signs thrive with emotional balance and emotional release. So this is something which you have to understand. So wherever your Jupiter is placed, in whatever element sign in the D1 chart, adapt these practices to harmonize with Jupiter's accelerated motion or its Atichari gati and transform its energy into growth. Jupiter's Atichari transit demands adaptability while it amplifies growth in career, spirituality, and relationships also. But impulsiveness risks instability, which can be handled by aligning with remedies like mantra or donation and humility and practices on a daily basis. So you can transform challenges into opportunities also with this Adhichari Jupiter. For personalized guidance, you can consult me. I've given the consultation details in the description box below. Also, if you like the content, do not forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family. And if you want to see such quality content, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.